also Steve, so this is not accurate at all. They never updated this. Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
I guess I passed by default.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. You just walk into your SATs.
I wish. That would make things so much easier.
Oh, and speaking of easy, let's talk about this easy 54 on the part of 65 on the part of UtopianRay right now. What a beautiful way to start out the game. 20 seconds already, 70 damage on the board. UtopianRay out here. Yeah, definitely already causing a lot of irritation for Beast this quickly into the game with these bombs. And it's not even just a matter of, like, keeping stage control and throwing them. It's actually keeping the bombs in hand and then just getting up in the meat against Charizard right there to make it so he really has no real choice but to just hold shield. And then UtopianRay is just able to get that free shield pressure on, UtopianRay is able to get that free shield pressure on Beast, if you would, because Beast's only real option would be to up out a shield, and that's just going to put him in a really vulnerable position there. Not how I expected him to use the egg, but definitely a good way to overwhelm Charizard, to say the least. And both of them just, my god, UtopianRay not even air dodging there, just doing those full hops with Beast. First and foremost, UtopianRay looking clean in this first game, Lugal.
Yeah, he's a limber bear when he wants to be. And as the less resources that Ray has to use on his first stock makes it all the better in future interactions, because he'll have everything going for him. It's great mash, absolutely phenomenal mash.
He was at like 180, and then don't get me wrong, that move is one of the easier berries to mash out of. You have, like, distinctly, you do have less, you do have more of a window to be able to mash out of that. It's like, it does require less inputs than it does against, say, K rules. But even if you're, like, a heavy character at 180, still, that is still an insane mash to be able to get out of that.
That's
unfortunately not able to get out of that at around 200, though.
Yeah, no, Wonderwing will eventually take the stock, but Ray is, as Banjos go, he's much more of a reserve when it comes to utilizing Wonderwing. He uses them a lot more to recover and to get back to center stage. Offensively, it's only when he's feeling himself like that, and it got punished for it hard.
One more proof do you need, man. It's in the pudding. It's in the jiggies.
Well, shout out to Jiggies.
Shout out to Jiggies, man.
Where's Banjo 3, to be honest? Actually, never mind. I don't want that.
Well, you know what they said, that theoretically that, like, Nuts and Bolts was gonna be Banjo 3 originally. Speaking of Banjo 3, it looks like that's where UtopianRay is gonna maybe have to go now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he tried real hard. He actually did the very hard Banjo thing where he's down below the ledge and he reverses the egg to catch it in the same, to catch it as soon as he exits the lag of the move, and then waits for it to explode so he can make it back. He did everything right there, UtopianRay, but unfortunately for him, all Beast really had to do was just sort of stand there and wait for the down air from Ivysaur just to be able to get it. All Beast had to do was just be a little patient right there, and he was, and because of that, all of a sudden, this game is right back to even.
Yeah, right. Ray might have been playing this game incredibly well throughout this start, but after stock 2, it feels like so is Beast. He's doing everything right, and he's capitalizing on the few openings that Ray has been giving him. That being said, just a little bit of pressure, and Beast felt it and wanted to get out of there quick.
And he did, my friends. And the Beast started playing that sort of anti-air game that I saw him doing at the beginning, where he got UtopianRay was in the air, trying to fall down with an egg and just sort of secure his landing on the way down. Meanwhile, Beast, you know what he wanted? Just dash dancing back and forth, trying to catch wherever UtopianRay was going to go for that up smash. Nothing doing, though, because if you let UtopianRay back on the stage for a second, he's as unpredictable with those side Bs as a wild mongoose is in the forest, which I'm sure Banjo can relate to, considering that he lives in a sort of forest-like area. I don't know where I was going with that. I was trying to come up with some sort of analogy, but you get the picture. He's very unpredictable with the Wonder Wing, like pretty much any good Banjo should be. And because of that, he was able to secure the final stock against Beast right there. This is winner's semifinal still, so we are still in best of 3 territory, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, winners, best of 5 is only top 3, so while Jaja is guaranteed to have best of 5 sets, only one of these players is going to be going to be guaranteed that luxury from here on out. So, well, Beast is covering Wonder Wing now and getting rid of 3 of them before Ray even has a chance to even think about trying to get kills.
Yeah, he was forced to. Beast just got him off the level, and it was pretty much Utopian Ray's best chance of making it back. And I guess he definitely figured, well, it's better I burn these in the first 30 seconds of the match on my first stock rather than, you know, have a fresh count this early on.
Yeah, percents may be even, but just the idea of that resource makes it so much harder for Banjo to get out of first stock without using all 3 of them. Get out any stock without using all 5. But you know, that's the name of the game. If you're an opponent, you're trying to make Wonder Wings wasted.
Essentially, my friend, when that move is off the table, man, it's like the great release. It's like you feel so much calmer fighting a Banjo now that you know that he doesn't have that on the table anymore. It's like you're fighting a whole different character, to be completely honest. But that's the trick. It's really getting him in those positions where you can even get him to really, you know, throw those out and bait them in the first place. It's the mark of a mid-level Banjo or lower when they just start doing it willy-nilly or in situations where they get scared. But you really only see Utopian Ray, like you mentioned earlier in the last match. For the most part, you really only see him use them in like defensive ways where like he needs to make it back onto the level when he really has to. Except for that one time we saw where he went to the aggressive one off the level, which he got killed for immediately afterwards. But for the most part, he uses them to recover, or he's just very unpredictable with them. Doesn't
Yeah.
look when he gets scared.
Like if he's not sure about getting the most out of a Wonder Wing, then he's not usually going to use it. And if he uses it, whether he uses it to get back to ledge or tech chase situation, he knows he's going to be getting some mileage out of that Wonder Wing. But now he's got effectively 2 to spare, so he can see what's up with those just blanket invincible options as that. What I think was a tech read in, but he kind of fell off the platform and air dodged in, but either way it worked.
Pretty much, yeah, that's all you needed at the end of the day. Oh, and this is going to be a back throw. Definitely not going to waste his down throw right there because that would be way too easy for him to be able to mash out. The lower that percent is, the easier it is for you to be able to mash out of berries, and Banjo's berry is the easiest one in the game to mash out of, but Beast, ooh!
That was a clean extension, not going for the up air. We got maximized damage and maximized potential. What are you doing get up attacking? Solid bait from Beast to even up the games at 1 apiece.
Solid stuff, to say the absolute least right there. Beautiful, 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 beautiful on the end of the day. Just switching to the Charizard immediately afterwards. I think he sort of baited him with that, if we're being completely honest. I think he stuck right there with the Ivysaur and probably made him think that it was safe for him to be able to go for a get-up attack, which might have been why Utopian Ray did it in that situation. And then just as soon as that like get-up attack started to come out, you see Beast just switching to the Charizard, which not only switched him to the more powerful Pokemon for him to be able to secure the stock with a forward smash, but also would have allowed him to avoid the get-up attack as well by utilizing the essential intangibility of switching in between Pokemon, because as you know, Switch does make you intangible for a minute since there is literally no Pokemon there for you to hit. And Donkey Kong Chamber, thank you so much for the follow, my friend. We very much appreciate that. We hope you've been enjoying the show so far as much as we've been enjoying commentating it for you. We got one more match between these 2 titans of players right here, so definitely stick around for this.
Yeah, decorated as they are, only one may stand this time. And I mean, all I've really got to say about that last action is, you know, frame 1, invincible, unstaling, air dodge. Pokemon Switch is real good.
It is, yeah. It honestly is.
And no short a testament to the baits that both players are putting on each other. Remember, in game 1, all it took was a full hop in Beast's direction to make him flare blitz, and Ray covered that extraordinarily well. This time he saw that Ray was utilizing get-up attack a lot more than you usually see players do. Granted, get-up attack is invincible in this game, but as long as you dodge it, parry it, or just make it whiff altogether, it's still just as prone to incredible punishes as it always was.
These characters have the same side B, man.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Question is, who will side B harder?
I'm gonna gamble that Ray is gonna use them at the very least more, but it feels like Banjo is a lot more reliant on Wonderwing to seal out those early stocks, or else he's looking for like grabs and like the 50-50 with down throw. Meanwhile, Charizard, he has so much raw kill power. Even Ivysaur, like raw kill power out the wazoo. Like with things like F tilt, up smash, back air, up air, like F smash, like all these tools that just seal out stocks much earlier and just as early as Wonderwing does, but the difference being Banjo only gets 5 Wonderwings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Banjo's kill moves besides Wonderwing are definitely fewer and farther between, you know, like up air doesn't kill, down air is just, down air does, but it's just a move that down air is just like, it's such a strange move. It's very predictable, despite the fact that it takes priority over literally almost every other move in this game, by the way. If you didn't know that about Banjo's down air, it beats pretty much everything. It literally beats Palu's up air. Like,
that's interesting to know. Mm-hmm. I did not know that.
Yeah, Banjo's down air is actually a really good landing option, like for characters with really powerful attacks, because usually the down air will just go literally right through it. It's amazing. But regardless of that, besides Wonderwing, Banjo, his kill options are a little fewer and farther between, you know. The grenade doesn't really kill, it only really sets up into kills. Up air doesn't kill, as that up smash is going to take the stock on Town and City, just barely. Charizard, on the other hand, has those out the wazoo, which is... Town and City is kind of an interesting pick, because I feel like off the side, you know, both these characters are going to die so much quicker since it has those low horizontal blast zones, especially to each of their side Bs, whereas off the top, it's going to be a little bit harder, which is part of what makes Town and City such a polarizing stage, since it has the highest vertical blast zones of our current legal stage list. It just depends which of these characters really kills off the top better.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Ooh, first one of the night, boys and girls. Let's go.
You know, to be fair, in winner's semis, I feel like that's a pretty good omen. And
the fact that it hasn't happened until now.
Yeah. Like, you know, winner's semis, I think that's a pretty good night, pretty solid connections. Good job, Fusion attendees, for putting out that $15 to get a LAN adapter.
Yeah,
nice one.
Now the question is, who's gonna win? Shadow the Hedgehog, or that girl from Xenoblade?
Mithra.
Mithra. Is that from Xenoblade?
That is from Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Thank you. That's what I meant. I didn't mean the original. I just meant the franchise in general, because she looks familiar. The question is, who will win? Her or the ultimate life form?
I mean, if we're I'm gonna play this a little bit serious. I feel like, you know, Shadow the Hedgehog's he's always got a little bit of an edge, you know, like literally and figuratively.
I was just gonna say, you just said you were gonna take this a little bit seriously, and then you said Shadow the Hedgehog has a little bit of an edge. Are you serious?
Fully intentional. I never mess up.
Hey, neither does he.
Never does he. No. He don't miss.
He's perfect, bro.
Literally ultimate.
Oh, God. Well, yeah, here we are. First one of the night. We're going to see which one of these two will be able to finish it out here against each other. I definitely wish we could see this one. This is definitely a really, like, hype set that we had going for us, but unfortunately, that is just the state of the world. That is the state of the Wi-Fi era that we are currently in.
And it is not worth the risk, at least not at the... Well, no, it will never be worth the risk to go out to a local, even like a 15-20 man local, because you never know what's going to happen with a airborne disease. So while this is the best that we have, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it all depends on when. Like, I feel like locals are going to be able to come back, like, way before majors will.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, way before majors will. Like, we're definitely going to have locals at some point 2021. Like, for sure. It's just...
Hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I just read up and I see what the way things are going, with the way people are talking about it. It all depends on certain contexts. But giant conventions are definitely a different thing. Looking like UtopianRay, gonna take that